Eagle Song here. Again, we're in the kitchen today, and we are making elderflower champagne. Elderflower champagne is one of my favorite country wines to make. It's simple, it's fast, it's ready in like 10 or 15 days. So elderflower champagne is what we're after today. We went out yesterday and got our elderflowers. This is the last day of May, and in 3 weeks we're going to have champagne for summer solstice. So let's make some elderflower champagne. All right, first we have to have sugar and water. And this is 3½ cups of sugar dissolved in 1 quart of boiling water. That's going to go into our fermenting vessel, the stainless steel kettle. All right. And then you can see there's a beautiful recipe in the Wild Foods book by Roger Phillips. And this book brought wild foods into my kitchen in a way that just is celebratory, simple, and really a lot of fun. So the next thing that goes in, we're going to put in a half of a lemon, or a whole lemon, squeezing the juice into the kettle. And we are using organic lemons because we're going to put the whole lemon in. Now we're just cutting this into quarters, and this will go into that sugar syrup. The next thing we're going to put in is 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Roger calls for white vinegar, but we're going to use honeysuckle vinegar that we have here, which is apple cider vinegar with honeysuckle flowers. And this is a cooling, refreshing summer beverage. And the honeysuckle is blooming right now as well, so we thought flowers and flowers made good sense. All right, I need that spoon. Okay, so we got our lemon in, our sugar syrup, and now we're going to add the elderflowers. What makes this champagne so sweet is that there's no outside yeast. The only yeast that's going into this fermenting process is the yeast that's in the flowers. It's in the protein, in the pollen of the flowers. And so that we put in 1. These are beautiful, big, fresh. You can do this with dried, but we have the fresh. There's 2, another 3. It calls for 4. I'm going to put in more because I really like the elderflower flavor, so we're going to put in, how about 6? All right, I'm going to push these down so they get into that warmed sugar syrup. Not too hot. You don't want it too hot because you don't want to kill the yeast. All right, now we're going to add 8 cups of water, just cool water. So elderflower frisée, elderflower fizzy beverage is a really traditional part of European life. I don't know how it didn't get across the ocean until the herbalists in America finally got a hold of it. So here's another 2 quarts of water. So we have 5 quarts of water, 6 elderflowers, 1 lemon, 3½ cups of sugar, and 8 cups of water. So that sets it off. It's just not even warm right now. It's just barely. You want it about blood heat so that the fermentation can begin. So take a look in there, Sally. See that beautiful flowers floating. All right, so this is going to set in this kettle for the next 4 or 5 days. We're going to put a cloth over it, we want it to be able to breathe as it starts to ferment. So just put a cloth over it. We're not putting a tight fitting lid on it because we want it to be able to interact with the air, but not with everything. All right, so in 4 or 5 days, when the bubbling is subsided a bit, we will bottle it. And first we're going to bottle 1 water bottle, fill it up to about to the shoulder, and put the lid on. And that's going to be your tester bottle for effervescence. The rest of this, it's after it's strained. We're going to actually put in these really nice flip top bottles. We have a good collection of flip top bottles. They will be filled and then capped. The reason we want this bottle is because as soon as the effervescence starts to really get going, the bubbling, this bottle will become very firm. Then we know the bubbles are on in this bottle, and that's when the elderflower champagne is ready. So thanks for coming along with elderflower champagne tutorial. We're looking forward to having you join us in the garden at eaglesong-gardener.com. And this is Living with Health from the Ground Up. We look forward to seeing you down the road.